I'm talking with Jamie Martin of Correct Careers Coaching, and today we're going to be talking about CVs, curriculum vitae. Why do you need a CV, Jamie?
The CV is the first part of an interview process. It will be something that the hiring manager, the employer, the leader of the businesses will be looking at. So it's vital for everyone to have a CV. And what that does give you is the ability to be shortlisted to the next stage. The CV is prior to the interview process, and your CV is your buy-in tool. What makes you stand out? What are your USPs, your unique selling points that would beat your competitors during an interview process? And one other thing I will say about having a CV is that you might not remember everything. So if you do a CV now, or you update your CV regularly, as I do, and a lot of others I know do as well, you remember what achievements do you have, and also the dates, and your education. You need to be updating it consistently so you don't forget those finer details which could be really important for you during an interview process. What's your thoughts, Tim?
Yeah, agree with that. Should a CV, though, be bespoke to each job application? So people say, I've got my CV up to date, but when I employed people, I was looking for something specific. And probably when I think back, also when I applied for jobs, I probably needed to tweak my CV for the audience to whom I was sending it. Would you agree?
Yes, as an experienced recruiter, I did recruitment for 6 years in several different industry sectors, several different job level roles as well. I would advise that you do tweak a CV for the role you're applying for. And the reason why I say that is because there may be certain levels of industry or job roles you've liaised with, industry sectors you've worked within, certain products or services you've sold, and you've had some achievements for it. Now, you might not have that on your main CV because, generally speaking, most people want to keep their CV to 2 to 4 pages. If you don't have that, finer details within the CV, then the job you're applying for won't know exactly what the experience you've got. So yes, I agree with that. But what I would also like to, offer to the listeners is include a cover letter with your CV. The cover letter is like a summary page of your, 2 to 4 page CV, however many job roles you might have on there. In that cover letter, you can say exactly why you're applying for the role, what it is you bring to the position, how it matches the job description, and why should they select you for an interview stage. That, I think, really makes you stand out from your competition, shows you've done your due diligence and you've gone the extra mile in applying for a job. Did you include cover letters when you were applying for jobs, Tim?
I did indeed, yeah, absolutely. And that's a very good point. That was my pitch, wasn't as to why they should talk to me about the job, definitely. Talking about the CV specifically, and what should be included, would you say, in a CV as the staples?
So, you can look at various different formats online, but, really you want to have your contact details predominantly at the top, profile synopsis, again, a little bit like a summary, exactly, what position are you looking for and what you could bring to that position. That's really going to, highlight to the potential employer, you really know, where you sit within in the career market. Then certainly have your work experience, chronological order, and it's okay to have the job titles and the dates of employment, definitely, but don't just copy the About Us section from the companies you worked for. You've really got to list out what you did exactly day to day, and who you liaised with, what tasks you did, were you managing a team, etc. Really be very specific. And also, I think there's an area of which is missed on CVs. I'm talking more from a sales background because my experience and also what I did in recruitment. So I would say make sure you have your sales achievements on there. So statistics, figures, we all love to see that. It breaks up the text as well. But if you are not in a sales role, think about what else you've done with the business. Have you won any awards? Have you been promoted? Have you, done some customer service excellence? Have you set up a new project? Whatever it may be. These are what you've, not just write down what you've done as part of your daily task for a company, but what you've gone above and beyond to actually do for a business. And it shows your commitment and a lot of your mindset attributes in there as well. Don't forget all your education and whether it's work training within a business you've been in, and also hobbies and interests. I will ask your thoughts on this, Tim. Some people think that may be subjective. Would you advise to include certain hobbies and interests within your CV?
Absolutely, 100%. I'm a firm believer in people that have played team sports to a reasonable level, understand teamwork. So I think that's a real benefit. if you've not played teamwork, then to team sport, then you can't demonstrate that you've acted in a high profile or highly successful team. So if you have, make sure that you emphasise that. I would suggest be honest is the thing that I would add to all the things that you've said as well, Jamie. Be very, very honest. How long should a CV be, would you say?
I'm going to say 2 to 4 pages, and it's just going to depend on your experience. You know, if you're going for a senior level position, why not have the 4 pages? You've clearly got a lot of experience. If you haven't had many jobs, keep it to 2 pages. You know, there are a lot of CVs being read right now, so keep it streamlined. I would just also add your references as well. Good for employers to check, and definitely include attributes of your mindset within a CV. It's either in the way you write or just explain what you are like as a character. That goes a long way. So it's great to have a CV. What can you do with it? What do you think you should do with a CV, Tim?
Yes, obviously it's about utilising it, isn't it? So I think bespoke it for the role, as we've mentioned earlier. What do you think about posting it on certain sites and things like that? Is that a good idea?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of good sites I've used, JobSite, Monster, CV Library. You know, if you're really looking for a job role, keep your CV, you know, on a few different job sites for recruiters or employers to access you. Definitely, there are some industry job specific ones. For example, if you're looking for an FMCG, fast moving consumer goods role, product related role, look at thecaterer.com. So, you know, you can go to specific industry sites. I think that's a good thing for you to use. Last thing I would say is, you know, don't just leave your CV there. Be proactive. Go onto LinkedIn, look for exact job applications, contact the hiring manager. Those are various different ways you can utilize CVs to help find your next career.
Excellent. Sound advice. Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Tim.